go ahead with questions.
You noticed Deshaun the past 2 weeks, he's kind of explained after the game, how the defenses are attacking him. Can you explain this in that manner, how defenses are trying to attack you, North Carolina?
Yeah, I probably could have a little bit better right after the game, but I mean they did a lot of two safety looks with pressure, so that's something a little bit different. The teams usually when they bring pressure, it's one safety, so it's a little bit more clear. They did a good job of bringing some pressure with two safeties and also some pressure from depth. So free safety would be like 10 yards, and he'd come with the snap. And so usually when you're looking at pressure, you're saying, okay, based on structure, who's closest and the way that the structure of the defense is, you can kind of tell who might come or who could have the chance. And they did a good job of bringing guys where pre-snap it didn't look like they were going to blitz that guy. So I mean, they did a good job there. But
Trevor, how frustrating is it when you're trying to get some rhythm going offensively and you have all the pre-snap penalties, 6 I think was the total, just can't seem to establish a rhythm?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely frustrating. Some of the penalties for sure, some of the stuff that we just got to work on, communicate a little bit better, and then some of that's on me too. We just switched the cadence at one point because we thought we could go. We thought we could move out of a silent count, and it was just still a little bit too loud there, and that was on me, so I take responsibility for that. But then just some of the other stuff we can work on, just communicating better and holding our water when kind of holding the count for a while, and the defense is getting antsy just sitting in there.
When they're playing two safeties, but also blitzing, where was the opening, or did you guys ever find kind of where the spot was to attack them?
Yeah, I mean I missed a few throws, so we had some on the edge, like some hole shots and that cover 2 look. I missed one to Justin, and then also down the seams I hit a few, but also missed a touchdown to Justin. So those were I think the biggest weak spots were spots that we kind of exposed, but we just didn't take advantage of it.
With Justin, is there any reason in particular? It seemed like you guys were clicking so well at the end of last year. Why hasn't it carried over to the first few games this year?
I think it's just every game, every year for sure is just different, and I think that's going to come. It's only a matter of time. But just we have a lot of different playmakers, so it's just he's been doing a great job of just being unselfish and being a team guy. And he's done a great job of that. But I think it'll come. It's just every game's different.
Trevor, did you see what you wanted out of the off-week practices?
For sure, yeah, it was a really good week. I mean, we had our community service day on Tuesday, which was really good for us to kind of get away from football and do something as a team outside of practice or a game. So that was cool to be able to serve our community and help other people out. But yeah, I mean, we had 3 really good practices, all kind of different, I guess, like levels of intensity. Like kind of more of a Monday practice coming off a game, and then we had a really tough Wednesday practice and a tough Thursday practice. So it was a really good week, and I feel like we got better and grew closer together. And then obviously the weekend was big for just resting and getting healthy.
With some of these overthrows, is there anything that you can point to specifically about what you're seeing or what's going on there?
I think just a lot of them just not throwing a great ball. I mean, it sounds simple, but just just missing them. Throws I can make that I'm just missing, and then also some of them might be seeing things a little late, so I'm seeing it right as the pressure's getting to me instead of a second earlier where I can step into my throw and make a better throw. So it's kind of both of those things.
How do you adjust that when you are seeing it late? How do you fix that when you're seeing it late?
Just being disciplined with my eyes, being more, I guess, calm in the pocket, and kind of understanding the system and the concept a little better.
Nothing mechanically you see when you go back and watch yourself?
I don't think so. I mean, I think every game there is some throws where I kind of compromise my mechanics, but I think for the most part I do a pretty good job of throwing the same way, so I don't think it's really a mechanical thing as much.
Were there any of those the vertical shots where you looked and maybe saw something underneath that you should have hit with hindsight? Or?
Yeah, there was a couple plays I could have checked it down, probably either to a receiver or the back that was waiting, so I probably could have checked it down a few times, probably 2 or 3 times.
What challenges do you see for Saturday with Florida State coming?
They're a good team, and they're getting better every week. I think compared to last year, they're a totally different team. Just have a lot more confidence, and they've won some games. I mean, they're 3-2, and it was a really close game with Boise State that they could have won. So they have a lot of confidence coming in, and they're a good team. They have a bunch of playmakers. I mean, Coach Sweeney's talked to us about it. They have a ton of these big 5-star recruits that are really good players. So they're gonna give us everything they have, like everyone does. But we'll be ready.
Dabo last week and Jeff Scott today both said, it was good to see you in a tight situation, execute things the way that you're supposed to. I'm guessing that, you knew you could do you felt like you could do that all along and you didn't learn much of anything about yourself in that situation?
I think, yeah, I think I knew that, but it's always cool to be able to do that, and it's not just me, it's all the guys. In crunch time when we had to have it, being able to make plays and lock in, and even though, like Coach Sweeney's told us, we didn't play a good game, didn't play a clean game at all, but being able to just in the moment find a way and play well at the end when it really mattered is, that's big for anyone to get some confidence from that.
Y'all didn't score that few points all season last year. How good is it to know that when you are struggling, things are going your way, that the defense can really put the team on their backs and get stop after stop like they did?
Yeah, it's great to have a defense like ours, and just what they've done this year has been awesome. They've helped us a ton because we're kind of just figuring out our way, and the best football is ahead of us for sure, for offense and defense. But it's been really good to have the defense play so well.
Why was it so important for you to be in the middle of the huddle before that 2-point drive, 2-point play, and what were you telling them?
Just, I told them that we're built for this, and I think just them knowing I had their back, and that we were all there behind them. So they know that, but just being with those guys and trying to encourage them, even though I'm not on defense, just trying to give them that boost.
Did a lot of those guys up there kind of do the same for you guys? You guys need to kind of pick you up?
For sure, definitely on the sidelines before we go out, they'll if they have a big stop or if they give up a touchdown or whatever, they're like, "My bad, we got y'all next time." Like, score for us. So it's just we go back and forth and just try to encourage each other.
How much does that help each other? You guys play off each other.
It helps a lot when your teammates got your back, even when you're not playing great or struggling a little bit. They're still going to go out there and fight for you. It means a lot for sure.
Is it ever a pain in the neck that the outside world always expects you guys to win by 4 touchdowns and expects the offense to just be pretty flawless week in, week out?
Yeah, it can. If you look at that stuff a lot, it can get frustrating just because, we're the only ones that really know our team and what we're doing, how hard we're working to be the best we can be, and also just that it's a learning process, and this is a new team, and it's not the same makeup as last year. But we're just, it's kind of nice now. Everyone says we suck, so we're kind of in the back seat. So it's nice we can just go to work and not really worry about all the number one expectations and all that. So it'll be good.
Now that we approach the midway point of the season, did you personally think that you guys would be a little bit more of a polished product at this point offensively?
I think everyone has expectations for the year, and obviously you want to start out well. And we're 5-0, and we can't really be any better than that from a record standpoint. But yeah, definitely there's some areas where we can get better, and but I think as far as just expecting to be better than we are, I think 5-0 is as good as you can get. So we're happy with that, but definitely know that we can get a lot better.
You mentioned the fact that you're number 2, being number 1, that target kind of is off your back, and they're not always pointing at you being number 1. Is it a little bit better at this point to be number 2 than number 1?
I don't think it really matters either way. I think from a media standpoint, you definitely get a lot more conversation and talk about you if you are number 1. So that could be good and bad, but I don't think it really matters. Especially with the playoff, everyone's just trying to get in those 4 spots. It's just, I don't think it really matters in the end. It all works itself out. That's what we say, and that's what I always say is, it's about who the best teams are after the 12th game in the championship games. It's not really about how good everyone is at week 5. So.
Some of the guys on defense said that it's a little bit of a lethargic week at practice heading into North Carolina. As a leader on this team, did you get that vibe at all?
Maybe a little bit. I didn't think it was terrible. Nothing that was super alarming. But I think looking back on it in hindsight, you can kind of say, I think there were some moments where we weren't as, we didn't attack the day as much as we could and get the most out of it.
I think a lot of people were expecting you to hit every throw like they saw you do in the playoff. Do you feel like your accuracy improves as the season goes on, from beginning of the season to end? Like maybe that throw to Justin, you don't miss that towards the end of the season?
Yeah, I think it will. It's just, and I think every game, every throw is different, and I think it's just, something I can learn from. And that's what I want to do every week is just look at the things I didn't do well and get better at those, and look at the things I did do well and try to keep doing those things. So that's what I'll do.
How have you grown as a man, as a person in the past year, since you've been starting quarterback at Clemson? Have you grown all?
Yeah, I think I've grown a lot and just got more mature and kind of more vision of, who I want to be, what I want to do in the grand scheme of things, and just, I think, kind of trying to cement who I am in Clemson and just on this team, and and be a big part of what we're doing here, because we're doing something special, and not really just on the field, but off the field too. So I think it's just, that's something I've grown in a lot.
All right, thank you, Trevor.